Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second episode of, what I'm calling the TTTE analysis, or the Thomas the Tank Engine analysis videos. So, basically, today we'll be doing the analysis on Season 6 and 7. So, Season 6, in my opinion, was where the franchise really started to go downhill. After Magic Railroad's colossal failure in the box office, well, in my opinion, after that, Season 6 is just plain okay, but not anything great. But it's more so bad than good. Let me explain, okay? This season had some of the worst writing ever, such as the episode Middle Engine, Buffer Bother. God, I hate Buffer Bother so much. And I also really hate Rusty Saves the Day. God. Middle Engine, Rusty Saves the Day, and Buffer Bother are the worst episodes of this season, I swear to God. But it's not just the episodes that are bad. It's also the characters. God. Percy is such a degraded character in this season. God, whenever I think of Percy in this season, I always think of Percy in the Haunted Mine. Just listen to this, for God's sakes.
Naughty gnomes!
Seriously, Percy, why are you so stupid in this season, God? He is such a brain-dead child in this season. I mean, you guys remember how Percy was portrayed in the classic series, right? Seriously, he was so much smarter than this. He was so much smarter than this, I swear to God. Oh yeah, and we also got the Jack in the Pack pilot episode. Like the pilot episode in this season for the Jack in the Pack spin-off show. And what do I think of Jack in the Pack? Well, because I'm not going to cover it in this TTTE analysis series, I think I'm just going to talk about it here. I like it. It's honestly a pretty good spin-off show. And I'm very I'm very sad that Hit Entertainment basically canceled half the series. So, yeah. I really hate that. But at the same time, the episodes we did get in, like, around 2006-ish, or, like, around the early 2000s or whatever, were still really good. So, yeah, I overall love the Jack in the Pack spin-off series. Now, unlike Season 4, where we got several episodes about the narrow gauge engines, which were honestly really good and very enjoyable, in this season, we only got literally 3 episodes about the narrow gauge engines. Those being Duncan Duncan, Rusty Saves the Day, and Faulty Whistles. So I really don't like that, and I much prefer how Season 7 handled their amount of episodes. But needless to say, Season 7's episodes of the narrow gauge engines were honestly much worse in my opinion. My favorite episode of Season 6, or at least one of my favorites, would have to be Thomas and the Jet Engine, to be honest. I mean, this is so just wacky and funny. I really love Thomas and the Jet Engine so much. However, there are also many other banger episodes in this season, like Gordon Takes a Tumble. God, I adore that crash that Gordon has, I swear to God. It's so funny. And also really serious. But serious in a funny way. I don't know. It's just so funny, to be honest. Scaredy Engines is also pretty good, if I'm being honest. It's a really nice episode showing like that Thomas, Percy, and Duck are like brothers. Thomas is like the bigger brother who pretends to not be scared, but in reality he's probably the most scared out of all of them. But yeah, Percy is the younger brother who doesn't like to be teased for how he's scared, and Duck is like the older brother who doesn't want Percy to get too scared, but doesn't like Thomas teasing him. And I think the last banger episode I can talk about for now, or at the very least the last banger episode I can think of as of right now, is Twin Trouble. It's a really good episode showcasing the bond between Donald and Douglas. So as a whole, Season 6 in my opinion is just okay. Not great, not bad, it's just okay. So with that said, let's now move on to Season 7, shall we? Okay, let's get something straight here. I don't dislike Season 7. In fact, I actually really like Season 7. But I don't consider it a classic season, if I'm being honest. Because, well, for one, Skarloey and overall all the narrow gauge engine's portrayals were very out of character and very bad. God, I hate the old bridge so much. This season also introduced many new characters, such as Emily. We also got introduced to Fergus, Arthur. We were also introduced to Murdoch in this season. And last but certainly not least, Spencer. And also, this was the season where most of the characters began to act out of character, like Duncan going back to disliking diesels after what happened in Season 4. Rheneas thinking that he can't make a school trip around the railway exciting for the children. And especially Thomas's appearance in The Spotless Record, where he's being, in my opinion, way too much of a dick to Arthur, after all that Thomas has gone through in his maturing arc throughout the first 5 seasons. Now let's talk about the crashes of this season real quick. I personally really like them, such as Oliver's crash into the snowman in Snow Engine, Arthur's crash into Duck's train with the fruit, when Edward was knocked off the rails by the ship's boiler in Edward's Brass Band, and especially Thomas's crash in Something Fishy. Also, probably a pretty controversial opinion here right now, but I personally kind of like the What's the Matter with Henry. I actually kind of like it, to be honest. And also James and the Queen of Sodor, which is a very funny episode if I'm being honest. Now, what do I think of the finale? 3 cheers for Thomas, or hooray for Thomas in the US dub. Well, in my opinion, first of all, you guys already clearly know by now that I personally feel that Season 5 was the end of the classic series, and Seasons 6 and 7 are just the Gullane era, which are like the oddballs out if I'm being honest. But if I'm being honest, though, at the same time, if you like to say that this is the finale to the classic series, then I would say definitely that it's a good finale, at least for what people say. And I personally really like the episode. Now, on to which season do I prefer? I personally think Season 6 is the worst of the 2. It's just, like, not that great, but it's also not that bad, to be honest. It's okay. But I personally prefer Season 7. But if you disagree, and you think the other way around, or you overall just don't like these seasons, that's okay. I'm not going to criticize you or critique you or anything like that for liking either both these seasons, or like liking Season 6, or you prefer Season 6 over Season 7. But I'm just telling you guys what I feel, so yeah. At the end of the day, I usually get, at the very least, some enjoyment out of these seasons. So for that, I can definitely say that they are very much okay seasons. And on that note, I will end the video. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.